you're saying that the perspective is true or not?
Which perspective?
Your perspective.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Like,
I see. Everybody knows me. I see things more negatively.
So you're now coming to the conclusion that your perspective is wrong.
Yes. No, not wrong. No, you said that too fast. No, not wrong. Different.
Welcome back to the Maeband podcast. I'm Holly.
And I'm Brian.
What are we talking about, Brian?
And I get to choose a subject today, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Uh-oh. That makes me nervous.
No, it's nothing bad. But so recently, Holly and I have had a discussion about what's the best way to put it? Perspective. Perspective.
Yeah.
So we are going to talk about perspective from the opposite sex and the opposite spouse. The spouse should get interesting.
Should we talk about your perspective first?
Yes. So that's part of it. That's what I was going to talk about. Yeah, I think that's important. Okay, so perspective. Why do spouses have such a weird perspective of the other spouse? That's all I'm going to throw out there. Like, why is my perspective so much different than Holly's perspective? Like, why can we experience the same exact freaking thing? And both of us are like, no, that's not what happened. No, that's not what happened. No, that's what happened. No, this isn't what happened. So I don't understand it because we're both there. We're both witnessing the same exact thing.
Because
like I'm seeing something
crazy.
No, some of them, not me.
Because mine is crazy.
Yeah, you're crazy.
You, my husband.
I can be, but not this time. Not this time.
all times, every time.
But so like I just don't understand it. So like when we have an argument. So, okay, I'll start off with this. Like I have a different perspective of
life.
Yes.
In general.
Yes. The right way.
Would you say your perspective is more negative or positive?
Oh, for sure positive.
Oh, God.
You need to laugh that hard.
Yeah, which way would you say it's more balanced, negative, or positive?
And what do you think yours is? Balanced? Positive? Negative?
Positive.
That's where my perspective comes in. I feel like she has a really positive balance or positive outlook or perspective, except for when it comes to me.
And that's what's funny is because that's what I think your perspective is of yourself. And you're seeing that you think my perspective of you is negative.
You just broke my brain.
I know. So it's like your perspective of me, of what you think of me and how I think of you. So you're saying negative.
So no,
I'm saying you're twisting it to be negative.
So you're saying my perspective of you is negative. So therefore I think your perspective of me is negative.
Yeah.
That's not right. That's not true.
No, I'm saying that what you think, like the way I think of you.
Yeah.
I think like positive. I think good things. Every night I have Brian in my gratitude journal.
And what is that for? That's to convince yourself.
It's not
that
to
I'm
convince
a good person.
myself.
She's like, Brian is amazing. I love him.
It's not. It's to see the positive in things. It's to look at the positive. It's to focus on the positive because I don't want to focus on the negative. Obviously,
because there is none.
Obviously, anybody can focus on negative and anybody can focus on positive. I mean, it's in the world around us. There's negative and positive.
Okay,
it's all over. But I intentionally don't scroll through social media because I am very, intentional about my time and about what I do with my time. And so I know if I get on social media, if I just sit there and scroll mindlessly, I'm going to start getting a bunch of negative stuff that the algorithm is popular because negative is popular. Negative sells. Media like news, that's negative because it sells.
Yeah.
Positive things don't blow up. So I'm intentional. I just try to fill my brain and my mind with positive things.
I agree. I'm not fighting you on that.
Okay. So I think you think that I think negatively because that's your negative perspective. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing negative. Even though I don't think I see a lot of good.
Okay. Well, that's why we're talking about it is because I've come to the conclusion lately that I'm not going to see things that way. Right.
Uh-huh.
So I switched. I was just like, okay, I'm done. Well, because there were so many times where I'm just like, oh my gosh, my freaking wife hates me because of this. She hates me because of this. She doesn't like the way I do this. She doesn't let me do this. And I was really, I was focused on those things.
Yeah, but that's what's weird is you see that I try to see the good in everybody except for yourself.
Yeah.
You don't think that I try to see the good in you. Or maybe you take that personally that I'm try to see the good in you. But that's what I do with everyone.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it was just perspective. It was just because I know I have a negative perspective, and I'm just like, oh, my wife did this, and this, and this, and then my wife doesn't do this, and this, and then that's kind of what we got into. And I'm just like, oh, what would it be married like if somebody would let me do this? Not even anybody in particular. I just like, oh, that'd be cool. I wish my wife. And so anyway, I get into like this stupid space where I'm like, my wife's awful. She doesn't let me do anything. And then I'm like, probably short with you because I'm just like, you won't even let me do that. And she's like, what the hell are you talking about? We never even talked about that. And like, I got this whole scenario going on in my head where my wife was mean to me. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I got demons up here.
So you're saying that the perspective is true or not?
Which perspective? Your
perspective.
Yeah, I know. I see. Everybody knows me. I see things more negatively.
So you're now coming to the conclusion that your perspective is wrong.
Yes. No, not wrong. No, you said that too fast. No, not wrong. Different.
Well, you just said that you were like, and I know it's so weird and I get in this weird place.
Okay, but I'm not saying that it's wrong, but it could be wrong sometimes, but it might be right sometimes. Like if I'm like, man, my wife, Holly didn't like the way I did this, and she's kind of being a butthead about it, and then I could be right.
Could you?
Couldn't I? And so I'm like, yeah. But so anyway, so what I'm trying to fix is seeing perspective like in a better positive light. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I don't know. I should, instead of like focusing on the negative, not always negative, because I see Holly as doing a lot of amazing things. Like, I'm constantly like, I admire Holly and look up to Holly for so many things. And
so when you're in that space though, when you're thinking of me negatively, is that when you're thinking that I'm thinking of you negatively?
I don't know. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know. I get in this spot where I'm just like, yeah, my wife doesn't really like me. That's like, it's weird because
when you're the one that doesn't really like me.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I don't like me is pretty much what it comes down to.
So you don't like yourself.
Yes.
So you think everybody else doesn't like you.
Because she talked about this the other day. She's like, I always thought you were like really confident and kind of verging cocky. I'm like, well, I am confident, like with a lot of things, except for like my marriage. For some reason, I'm like really self-conscious with my marriage. I was like, my freaking wife doesn't like me. And so like, I'm very confident with most things in my life. And then for some reason, my confidence is crushed with, you've crushed me. You've crushed my confidence. You've destroyed it. No. So that's, yeah. And so anyway, I'm trying to flip that. We went out to dinner and I was like, told her everything. I was like, hey, this is the way I'm seeing things. And it's caused some problems in the past month.
Well, yeah. And that's what's so weird though. Because you say I crush your confidence, but I'm like, hey, how often? But like, how often do I go up to you and I'm like, thank you for doing that. Like, thank you. And I'm like very intentional on like,
I feel like
thanking you for things.
Patronizing.
It's not. I'm like very grateful for it. And I'm like, thanking you for things.
Maybe it's the way you do it. I don't know. I feel patronized.
Or like I go up and like hug you randomly.
Brian, thank you. You're so wonderful.
I do not.
By the way, can you do the rest of the stuff right now?
It's genuine.
Yeah, it might be.
But for some reason, you like struggle receiving.
Yeah, I don't like receiving praise. So it's weird for me.
You push away any like good that comes to you.
I don't push it away. I do have I will say
maybe that's the perspective. You're like, give me all the bad. And then like any good comes, you're like, push it.
That's probably true. I've had issues in the past with receiving good things. Maybe I feel like this goes back to before, like, if you feel like you got so much good, something bad's got to happen to destroy it.
So you won't. So you're going to push away all the good. So that's
push away and hopefully the bad stays away too.
It's so ridiculous. So you're pushing away all the good so that the bad stuff doesn't come. And in reality, you're pushing away all the good and the bad stuff is coming.
Yeah. That's pretty much what happens.
This is the logic of my husband. Oh, Brian. But
hey, you're
love
still
you
married to me. So there's something wrong with you. We've lasted over 20 years.
It's like humorous, I guess.
Something's wrong.
Well, you bring excitement into my life.
Yeah, she did say that. I've asked her. I'm like, if you could go back, would you change things? And I was like shocked when she was like, because she's very honest. She won't lie. She's like, no, I would marry you again. I'm like, what? Really? Like me? You would marry me again? And then she's like, yeah, it's never boring.
Yeah, well, and then he'll like go around pointing out, like, what about that guy? You'd rather be with that guy, huh? Or what about this guy? You'd rather be with this guy. And I'm like, no, I'd still choose you. Yeah. Like, you're the.
But look, he has hair. Look at that hair. That's what I do. I always look at guys with nice hair. I'm like, look at this guy. You want to be with him, don't you?
You like, for some reason, think I want to be like with everyone else but you. And you're the only one that I want to be with.
But that's kind of the way I look at my wife. I'm like, oh, man, she's like a freaking supermodel, like super hot. Like she should be married to like, I don't know, who's good looking. Somebody good looking. I don't know. Somebody
I'm blushing now.
like somebody like Calvin Klein model or something. So I'll see a guy that looks like he could be with him. I'm like, yeah, you should be with him.
But for some reason, that's like the one perspective that you have that's like really positive and good about me.
But
that perspective is not held by everybody else out there. For some reason, like you see me as like this beautiful wife, but obviously, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So not everyone thinks that about me.
Beauty. Obviously, I think you're super smart, like talented, motivated, all these things. I've told her all this. She just wants to hear it again. She's like, well, what else do you say about me that's positive? I know what she does. I've been married long enough too. Anyway, yeah, so that was perspective. But I'm changing. I'm trying to change. I don't know if it's going to be successful. I'm working on it, but I'm going to try and flip my negativity. I don't know. I feel like I've started pretty good, right? Mm-hmm. It's been like a week. Mm-hmm. I'm still going. I'm like, I love my wife. I love my wife.
How long do we have? Like a month for the honeymoon period?
I don't know. It depends. It all depends on you. Don't piss me off. That's all you got to do. It's really easy. Don't piss me off.
Oh, gosh.
Just kidding. She doesn't. She's never done anything to make me mad in my life.
Or just keep up with your gratitude journal that we already talked about on here. Then he stopped for a while.
But then
and then he started for a good couple of days and was good. And then he stopped and started and stopped. I
need to do that. I will say.
Wait, I thought you started again. Did you stop again?
I did start again.
And then stop?
No, I did start again.
So you've been going the last few days?
I started again.
And stopped?
I started again.
When's the last time you did it?
Oh my gosh, leave me alone. I feel like I'm being interrogated. I feel like I'm at a police
stopped
station.
Again.
I don't know. Why is it so hard to write down 5 things I'm grateful for in a day? Like it literally takes me 4 minutes. I don't know why it's so hard. Because I get sidetracked by stupid Instagram. And there's so many funny things on there in the reels.
I know, that's your problem. You need to delete all your social media.
Yeah, I probably should. But whatever. I won't.
Yeah, no, you won't.
At least I'm being honest, right? So, I don't know. Yeah, perspective in marriage. But yeah, going back to the very beginning, it's just kind of funny, like how people see things totally different. And
yes, they do.
And then, yeah, I don't know. But
the wife is always right.
Yep. Wife is always right.
Yep. Right? Yep. Happy wife, happy life.
Yep. Happy. No, I heard a better one. Happy spouse, happy house. Oh, that's what it was.
Happy spouse, happy house.
Happy house.
Yeah. But what happens if you do everything you can to keep your spouse happy and they're determined to see the negative?
So then you're married to me. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, if you have any comments, comment down below.
Yeah, tell us who's like the
perspective.
I think it's probably like this in most marriages, right? You probably have like one that sees things more positive, one that sees things more negative. So who's that in your marriage?
Yeah.
Or
don't say it out loud though, because they might get mad. Yeah. I'm probably gonna get in trouble after. Oh wait, no, she's gonna get. Yeah,
they might not know that they are.
They might not know that they're the bad spouse. I did. I figured it out after 22 years. So I'm the bad one.
22 years. Not bad.
Yeah.
You're the exciting one.
Oh, well, we said it at the same time. So. Okay. Thanks for watching. See you.
Thanks for watching, Maeband. Bye.